Hello, my name is Leandre and I've been struggling with something for a long time. I am making this video because I want to bring awareness to this. I would also like to help as many people as possible who are in a similar situation as me. Before I start this video, I would like to say that this is a more serious topic, so please no negativity in the comments. Thank you and enjoy the video. Ever since 4th grade, I've been dealing heavily with something called derealization and depersonalization. If you don't know what that is, derealization means a feeling of one's surroundings are not real, especially as a symptom of mental disturbance. For those who have not experienced this, I like to describe it as though things around you are perceived as though you are wearing a virtual reality headset. This is in the sense that you see everything around you, but it doesn't seem real, if that makes sense. Depersonalization means the persistent feeling of observing oneself from outside one's body or having a sense that one's surroundings aren't real. This, in my experience, feels like you are watching someone else live. You are in control of everything in your life, but it feels as though you aren't living your life, but rather observing it. As I said before, I started noticing this in 4th grade. I remember the first day I noticed the symptoms of this like it was yesterday. I was in science class and we were learning about batteries and light bulbs. We had to connect a circuit to make a light bulb light up. I used to have a huge fear of electric shocks. I was screwing in the light bulb, and as I did, I had a really small shock. Not a dangerous shock, but a tiny shock from the light bulb, enough so that I could feel it. This must have caused a fight, flight, or freeze response in my brain because suddenly everything around me fell off. The lights were suddenly very bright, and the colors were suddenly very bold, and everything around me looked very high definition. I was terrified. I thought I was dying. I started crying and freaking out. Nobody knew what happened, and after that, I kind of forgot about it after a few days. The next time I really remember feeling it was in 6th grade. I was in social studies class. I am unsure of the trigger of it. All I remember is that my arms felt kind of numb out of nowhere, like they weren't even there. But once again, the lights were very bright and the colors around me looked very bold, and things just felt unreal. I remember shaking my arms because I got freaked out. This feeling lasted for 5 to 10ish minutes. I thought about it a lot that day, but once again, after a few days, I wasn't really thinking about it anymore. This was the last time that the symptoms were not as often. Once I reached 7th grade, it got really bad. I was a band kid, so you would think that that would be my favorite class. However, every day I was scared to go to the classroom because something in that classroom triggered the surreal feelings. It's not always known what triggers fear responses, which is what is so annoying about these feelings. I would be in the middle of band class and then would just start feeling off, like everything was unreal and that I was watching my life instead of being connected to it. This would happen so much that if there were a day it didn't happen, I would be really surprised. I would start asking my teacher to get water when the symptoms would start. I would then just sit in the hall and try and calm down from being terrified of these feelings. Sometimes the feelings went away fast, other days they would be there all day, just not super noticeable after maybe the first 10 minutes. One time, when I asked my teacher to get water, I didn't go sit in the hall. Instead, I went outside the school and just looked at everything around me. My heart was beating so fast because I was absolutely terrified. I thought I was dying or going insane. So I went to the nurse's office. I told her what was going on, and she told me to lay down in the room next to her office. I thought she understood I was terrified, but then I overheard her on a call with my mom telling her that she thought I was just making something up to get out of class. This absolutely broke my heart. I felt so alone. I tried telling my friends about it, and they didn't also have these symptoms ever, so of course I felt like the only person in the entire world dealing with this, which of course made me feel like I was going insane. The thing is, with derealization and depersonalization, there are so many complex things about it. Some things I didn't realize were a part of it, but later found out were. One of these things happened when I was in this local bakery. I remember things were perfectly normal, but we left the bakery and went to the car. When I was in the car, I started freaking out. You see, us leaving the bakery now felt so long ago. It felt as if it happened years ago and that I was watching a memory instead of actually living something that just happened. This is a less talked about symptom called time distortion. People can experience days feeling like weeks, things a while ago seem like they just happened, etc. Another terrifying symptom of DPDR is dementophobia, which is the fear of going insane. When I feel like I am unreal or in a simulation or whatever, I have this fear that I would just one day vanish from existence, or even that these symptoms would make me go insane. DPDR is so terrifying and people don't talk about it enough. Because of this, for about 5 years, I had no idea what was wrong with me, and it made me feel so much more anxiety because once again, I felt alone. I tried explaining this all as best as I could, but obviously, if you've never experienced this, it's hard to understand. So if you have any questions about this that you would like me to answer, leave them in the comments below and I will make a separate video answering the questions. Also below, I will leave a link to a charity called Unreal. This is a charity based around awareness for this mental health issue, which is still highly unknown about. This was a very hard thing for me to talk about, so if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It is completely free and you can always change your mind later. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!